Hey everybody, this is Dr. Ryan Sousley, and this is the next step in killing cancer. I'm at a grocery store, so you gotta forgive my soft voice. I'm trying not to get in trouble, but I've actually snuck into the personal care product aisle, and I want to talk to you today about personal care products that you use on a daily basis, like shampoo, soap, deodorant, toothpaste, lotion, and how, if you're not careful, you're using stuff that's actually causing cancer. So hormone cancers are extremely prevalent right now, especially in women. And what we know to be true about hormone cancers is a lot of that stuff is caused by parabens and phthalates, which end up leading to xenoestrogen formation. And so xenoestrogen formation throws off the hormone balance and the estrogen balance in women, and then that just throws off everything, and then your immune system can't handle it, and then eventually that leads to cancer. So I'm gonna highlight just a couple of products today. It's really important that you take a look at what you're using, because typically these are things that you're using every single day. So right off the bat, I've got just an ordinary shampoo. It's something that a lot of us would pick out, and it looks actually fairly healthy. In fact, on the front it says damage detox, so it looks like it's something that's going to rebuild the structure of your hair. But actually, if you look at it, one of the first things right on the back of the label is sodium lauryl sulfate, and SLS, or sodium lauryl sulfate, has been known to be a carcinogen, which means it's something that causes cancer in your body. And SLS is something that they put in a lot of different things, like liquid soap, some bar soaps, body wash. In fact, I've got another one right here that looks like it would be really good for you, and just kind of your normal run-of-the-mill stuff. And but these things, these shampoos, conditioners, body washes, they have SLS in them, and SLS causes cancer. And so what SLS does is it makes the soap really sudsy, but that's about all it does. It doesn't have any other benefit to it. So manufacturers put it in there so that you feel really clean because you have all those bubbles on your body, but really the chemical that causes those bubbles leaches into your skin. And so here's the thing about toxicity that I want everybody to know. The reason why personal care products are such a big deal is that your skin's the biggest organ in your body, and it's perforated, or it has a bunch of holes. It's got pores. So anything that you put in or around your body, whether it's perfume, lotion, makeup, hair products, soap, deodorant, even fabric softener or detergent, everything that touches your body goes inside your body. So the motto that we live by in our house, and I think you should too, is if you wouldn't eat it, don't put it on your body, because it all ends up in the same exact place. Another ingredient that I want to just warn you about real quick is for deodorant. So this, again, is just a normal deodorant. It's something that a lot of us would use, and I used this type of stuff for decades until I knew better. But the reason why deodorant is so bad, number one, you never want to get an antiperspirant, because God created your body to sweat, and if you start blocking your body's ability to sweat, you got to think, well, what is sweat for? What's the purpose of sweat? Well, it's your body, obviously trying to cool off, number one, but it's to get rid of toxins. A lot of toxins come out of your armpits. That's why they stink. But if you're blocking that process, then where do those toxins go? Well, they go right back into your body, and then they wreak havoc. They got to get out somehow. So it's just a lot more stress on your system than it's worth. So number one is you don't want to use an antiperspirant. Number two, when it comes to deodorant, you want to be careful and look for things like aluminum. So like this one, first ingredient, the active ingredient, it's aluminum. Other deodorants will have titanium dioxide. And both of those things, you guys, are heavy metals. Not to mention that the second ingredient on here is propylene glycol. And propylene glycol, if you don't know, it's also known as antifreeze. So yes, that's right, you're putting antifreeze in your armpits just to smell good. Obviously that's not good for you. None of us would drink antifreeze, so don't put it in your armpit. It ends up in the same place. But back to titanium dioxide and aluminum, the reason why those things are bad is because those are heavy metals. And what's interesting is that the majority of breast cancer cases in our country, for women and men, is in the upper outer quadrant of the breast, which is the closest to the axilla, or the armpit. And so what the theory is because of these heavy metals are toxic to our lymph nodes and our immune system, these heavy metals go from your deodorant onto the skin, and then they seep through the pores in your skin, and then they go directly into the lymph nodes in the upper outer quadrant of your breast, and then they start creating toxic dysfunction, and that's what ultimately leads to cancer. So you want to find a deodorant that does not have propylene glycol, aluminum, or titanium, okay? Titanium dioxide. And the last thing that I'll talk about real quick here is toothpaste. Toothpaste is another thing that you use 2 to 3 times a day, so it's really important that you look at what you're putting in your mouth. And, so this looks like something that would be healthy. It says, Pro Health Advanced, and it's even got the little dentist sign on the front of it there. But again, this is what it's got in it. One of the first ingredients is sodium lauryl sulfate. That's the thing that causes it to bubble up, and that's what leaves your mouth feeling clean, but you're paying a hefty price just to have your mouth feel clean from the bubbles. Again, you're causing you're creating toxic havoc in your mouth and in your system by ingesting that SLS 2 to 3 times a day. The other thing about toothpaste is that most toothpastes have fluoride, and this is a big controversial thing right now, but fluoride has actually never been proven to decrease the risk of cavities. And in fact, the way that they found chloride is it was a toxic byproduct from a chemical manufacturing plant, and they found it in the rivers, and then that's how they eventually started using fluoride and everything, because it was a theory, but it's never actually been proven. But what has been proven is that fluoride is one of the most toxic substances on the planet. And we all know that. You would never inject fluoride into your system. It would kill you. And so even in small amounts in your toothpaste, the idea is that it protects your teeth, but actually it doesn't. And there's a lot of controversial research out there supporting the idea that fluoride actually causes more susceptibility, higher risk to gum disease, mouth cancer, things like that, because it's bad. So there are other brands that are available. I'm looking for some. I don't see any here in this store. Oh, maybe right here. So this is one right here. So this is one that my family's used before. It's Tom's of Maine. Right there it says fluoride free. It does not have SLS. And this is a pretty decent product, and it's only $3.99, and the Crest was $5.49. So you're actually paying more for the chemicals that harm your health. Anyway, lots to think about. I know what I would probably start with, you guys, especially if you're a woman, is deodorant. Get rid of your deodorant that has titanium or aluminum or propylene glycol. Chances are it's got 2 out of the 3 usually, but get rid of that deodorant. It leaves you way more susceptible to breast cancer. And start there, and then work your way into the other stuff. Maybe use up the other stuff, and then as you buy more, remember these tips and buy the right stuff. Hopefully this has been helpful to you. This has been the 4th step in killing cancer. This is Dr. Ryan. Stay tuned to the next one. You're gonna learn the #1 missing key to killing cancer that almost nobody ever thinks about and addresses. Have a great day.